Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for your weekly dose of Do Not FOMO. Do not worry, it's gonna be alright. We've seen it before. It's pretty much the pandemic, and I don't know what the title is gonna be, but it might be something to do with, is this the pandemic again? Is this where everyone loses their mind? Is this where Pokemon is dead? Collectors are dying. They're rolling over in their graves. They're dying twice. They're dying 3 times. And I'm here to just say, there are plenty of things that you can enjoy. Wait it out. It's gonna be alright. So this is basically just a collection of all the craziness that's going on right now. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to make some suggestions. I'm going to go through all of the details, what you should and should not avoid. Let's get it. All right, we got this video. I think everyone and their dog reposted this bad boy. Someone was flexing the fact that they got a bunch of ETBs. Now, normally, in a normal market, this is not a flex. And guess what, guys? It doesn't matter. Do not buy from this person. Do not buy from anyone that is selling higher than what is MSRP. Just wait it out. There's going to be more printed. There's going to be more printed throughout the whole year. There might be even more printed than that. There's probably, I don't want to guarantee, but I'm going to say that there is almost certainly going to be a product next Boxing Day, maybe next Black Friday, where it's going to be Prismatic Evolutions packs in some kind of crap, some kind of box, similar to the Blooming Waters that we're seeing. Also out of control. This doesn't matter. Don't buy from the scalpers. If you don't like the scalpers, if you don't like the market, just wait. It'll get better. It's going to be fine. When a set is brand new, you do not need to buy it. We learned this lesson already in the pandemic. During the pandemic, we had a lot of outcry. We had a lot of craziness going on. But essentially, just stay away from modern Pokemon at the moment, if you can grab some at MSRP. If you're in the Discord, you'll get notifications for when this stuff restocks. If you get lucky, if you get a little bit, open it up, enjoy it, have a good time. That's what it's meant for. Opening product in general is not a good idea. It's not financially a good idea. The expected value of the contents of a box, almost never are they going to be higher than the price of the box itself. So if you're trying to spend your money in a proper way, in a good way, in a way that you're going to get the most value, or even some reasonable amount of value, you do not want to be opening product. Now, if you have a YouTube channel, you're doing content and everything else, or if you have somebody else paying for it, if you're on a rip and shipper, then you're happy. You are just a pig in shit because you got people paying $20+ a pack for something that is going to be reprinted. If you're the person buying the $20 pack, you were getting fucked. You just wasted your $20. That shit is going to be available. It's going to be like $4 a pack. Yes, you're going to have to wait a little while. It's not going to be brand new. It's not going to be what everyone wants. This is funny. We got this, and this might be the thumbnail because it is pretty funny. We have Fortune Fire Gaming who says, we put up prismatic binders only today, and within 2 minutes, bots ate over 100 of them. So people have auto purchase bots and they set them to buy Prismatic Evolutions anything, and they bought a bunch of $20 Prismatic Evolutions EV binders. They say, to be fair, it's a really nice binder. Edit, if you're going to order, just be aware there's no packs with it. There's no packs. So people, they're probably going to cancel their order or try to cancel their order or whatever it might be. But kind of funny that people are auto purchasing this stuff. Do not spend $20 on a binder. These binders suck. It's unfortunate that they do. Maybe you get away with it. Maybe you want to grab a couple of those, but do not pay $20 a piece. There's going to be a lot of them. There's going to be a lot of binder collections sold. There's going to be a lot of people with 8 jillion binders. Hold on. They might be $5, maybe $10 with shipping. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the secondary market is usually on that type of stuff. But typically the binders are dead money, dead weight. And stores will want to get rid of them, especially if you can pick it up in person, find somebody local, maybe on Marketplace. All right, next, we have stolen Prismatic Evolutions. So we're right back to the pandemic when stuff was getting stolen. We had the stolen celebrations. We had that kind of stuff way too early, that kind of thing. And that's a sign of the times. That's when the market is crazy. People that can take advantage, people that can backdoor stuff, people that can buy stolen stuff, they're going to do it. In a normal market, when no one's paying attention, and when you should be paying the most attention and keeping with it and sticking with it, if you want to grow your collection, if you want to stick with Pokemon long term, which is the way to do it, in my opinion, much more beneficial than trying to buy. If you're buying any of this stuff and if you're not flipping it into another flipper, and eventually someone's going to get burned. If you're the person that's buying this stuff and keeping it, you're getting burned. You got to wait. I know it sucks. It sucks to wait. But you should not be buying $130, $160 Elite Trainer boxes. That's like, what are they, $60 US? Don't do it. You do not do it. Don't do it. Just wait it out. There's going to be more printed. There's going to be more released. It might take a while. It might take quite a while before people, turn the other way. Stay away from it. It's going to be all right. Even if you want to compare it to something like an Evolving Skies, there was more Evolving Skies. People didn't care that much at the beginning of Evolving Skies. Yes, they liked it. Yes, it was EVs. Yes, there was chase cards. Yes, the Moonbreon was always like the cool dude card, but it wasn't like it was. It gradually blew up, and then also market conditions, like the current market conditions, are just making it way more expensive than it should be. But you're going to have lots of chances. You're going to have lots of chances to get Prismatic Evolutions at a good price. That time is not now, unless you get lucky. On that note, and I've said it a million times, I feel like a broken record, but people need to hear this. If Walmart and Target and all these big box stores that you can get restock notifications for in my Discord, level playing field with all the other paywall Discords that do that. Now everyone can have the same advantages, if not better. You shouldn't. There shouldn't be a world. Something's wrong. Something's up. The market is irrational when Walmart is the best price. When Target is the best price on release, that's not a good sign. That's a sign that you need to be careful. And if you're buying on secondary market, you're probably the person that's going to get burned. Unless you're flipping it and then it's just a hot potato. Who's playing hot potato here? Who's going to be the person that... if you're buying on Whatnot, you're buying $20+ packs. My apologies, but that was a rigged game of hot potato. Because it ends when they open it for you and here you go, here's your bulk. Oh no, they don't send the bulk. They just take your $20 and hopefully you get a big hit and they scream about it and hopefully they don't steal it. That kind of thing. So we TCG Player here. What in the absolute shit? This is the I guess here I'm looking up the Pokemon Center one, and we got some showing up that are not Pokemon Center. So it is actually, what do they got? $195 plus $50 shipping. So it seems like the best option. $250 for an ETB from the Pokemon Center. I don't know what those go for in USD on the Pokemon Center, but it's not $250. There is going to be another release. There might be another one after that. There might even be another one after that. Even if you're looking for Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, pay attention. If this is like a must-have. If you don't give a shit about the promo, if you just want it because everyone wants it, then like who gives a shit? You can get packs later. You can get the set later. If you want the Pokemon Center ETB, be in the Discord. Pay attention to the Discord. The bot will ping. It'll say, hey, it's in stock. You're going to see it everywhere anyway, but you just have to be paying attention, especially in and around the day before release, the day of release, maybe the day after release, in around that release time frame on Friday. In around Friday, be paying attention to Pokemon if this is what you want. If you want one. If you don't want one, ignore. Completely ignore. All right, so 400 boners for that bad boy on TCG Player. Absolutely insane. Most people don't have them yet. You got to be careful that people selling this stuff. Man, okay, so there's this weird misconception, and I get it. It totally makes sense. If you're new to Pokemon, if you're new to like a stupid market like this is, like the pandemic was, it's not straightforward. You're thinking, hey, if I pre-order, I'm safe. But no, as we're going to see, pre-orders get canceled. People put pre-orders up for numbers that they don't have. They don't have allocation. They cancel it, or it's just a straight up scam and they're trying to take as much money as possible so they can dip out. So pre-orders are not the answer. Waiting is the answer. Get what you can from reputable places, game stores that actually have allocation, that have a history of not canceling orders. And sometimes it's not their fault, but it is kind of their fault. They should know. If you have a game store, you should know you don't put pre-orders up. It's a stupid rat race. You have distribution, who's like charging extra. We have sports card accounts and everyone else. Everyone and their dog wants allocation on these sets right now because it's free money. So everyone's fighting over that. So everyone's heavily cut. It's just an absolute mess. And it'll clean itself up. It'll be fine. Just look the other way for a little bit. We got Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer Box, the regular ones, for $150. Do not buy these. Please, for the love of God, do not buy $150 Unless you don't care. If you don't give a shit about money and you just want to waste it and you want to support the reseller, fucking go ahead, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, but don't even think for a second that this is good value. You're going to open this shit up, you're going to get nothing. The odds are you're going to get no SIRs in one of these boxes. And you spend $150. Don't even buy the singles. I saw a stupid, I guess I should have included the, what was it, like $20,000 in Moonbryon or whatever the fuck it was. That like people are like, oh my god, it sold for $29. No, it didn't. It's either fake sale, someone either pumping it, people bidding on it because they're pissed off that people are selling it already. Not real. I mean, there's just like 1%, 0.01% chance that someone's just really dumb. Two people are really dumb and want to spend too much money on it. I don't think that's the case, but we'll see. Unless you see proof from a reputable seller that it was paid for, that it was shipped, and that there were no issues with the transaction, it didn't happen. That's why you want to probably tune in to Z&G on Instagram. They post a bunch of sales. They will verify whether the sale actually happened, whether it was actually paid for, so you don't have to worry about that. There's other accounts that are dumb that'll like make up some shit or something will sell, but they won't verify that it was paid for before they post it. Record sale! Oh god, yeah! Be careful. There's a lot of misinformation going on out there. Now, we had Rev make a video, and yes, we're back to the Pokemon card. Herbie is in so much trouble. This brings me straight back to like the Frosted Caribou absolute stupid shit, where she was like, at one point, making videos, oh, I bought every single Pokemon pack from the store. And then it transitioned. It turned into, oh god, think of the kids. Think of the players. The players and the kids. This is not a collector's game. This is not. So throughout the video here, we got Rev who's kind of like stroking the players. They're like, oh yeah, and think of the players too, guys. I got bad news for whether you're a player or not a player. You're delusional. Whether you want to like everything around Pokemon. Whenever there's like everyone has to like tiptoe, or everyone feels like they need to tiptoe around. Like, oh, it's for the kids. Oh, it's for the community. Oh, it's for the players. The players should not be opening Pokemon card packs. I mean, yes, if they get them, great. Yes, if they want to open a little bit, like anyone else, great. The players benefit the most from the most product being printed and the most cards getting put onto the secondary market. Singles. They do not need the big chase stuff. So if someone opens a jillion million packs, if Pokemon prints a jillion million packs of Prismatic Evolutions, and they need cards from that, they're going for like the base versions of it. So the more cards get opened, the more people buying this stuff, the better for players. And yes, there's going to be certain, if somebody wants to if this player wants to bling out their deck and they want Moonbryons in their deck, yes, it's going to be way more expensive. But usually not the case. They're going to get some product, probably if they're playing. There's no pre-release for a set for the specialty sets like Prismatic, so they're not going to get like some packs from that. Maybe they get some from the game store. Maybe they join the Discord. Maybe they just go see if they can grab some from Walmart or whatever it is, if they want to do a little bit of opening, because it's fun. It's fun to open on and release. I personally hate the market the way that it is currently, the way that it was in the pandemic, but that's what it is. Rev also goes on to say, like, oh, we should all ask Pokemon Company to print more cards. You don't need to ask Pokemon Company to print more cards. They see what's going on. They can tell. They're going to let on that they don't see the secondary market. But I can assure you, they see the secondary market. They see when the shit is so sold out. They see when distributors are going, give me more. And then all their customers are saying, give me more. And the sports card guys that never order Pokemon are like, yeah, give it to me. And then the game stores get fucked because the game stores get a case. They get a case. They get 2 cases after having to buy Scarlet Violet base all the way up through Twilight Masquerade before anyone wanted the shit. That's when you want to be in. Modern makes sense. Grab your modern. Even then, if you're looking at singles, if you're looking at just completing the set, if you enjoy it, make sure you enjoy it. If you're opening Pokemon card packs, do it yourself. If you need people to do it with, join the Discord. Get in the happy hour. Open it yourself. Set your webcam up on your desk and we'll cheer you on. If you get something good, you get something good. But no, that's not the best value. Wait till something's a generation, 2 generations old. If you're picking up singles, that's when they're going to be cheap. We're going to take a look at some options here. So no, my apologies, Rev, but you don't have to tell the Pokemon company to print more. They understand. They know what's going on. All right. So now you're saying, Rattle, how am I supposed to enjoy Pokemon at the moment? I can't even get the newest set, and it's not even out. And I got with the Scalpers. Here you go. You want to complete sets? Check it out. We got all the early sets here. We got special illustration rares, all the way down to a couple bucks. That's what we got. Ice Cube is behind my head, but he's $1.99 apparently. Complete some older sets. And yes, we don't even have to go back to the last generation before you see some inexpensive stuff. Some of it's blowing up. Stay away from the stuff that like all of a sudden like triple double extremed. Stay away from that. If it's irrational, stay away from it. Come back later. Will it retrace all the way back down to where it was originally, where it's at its cheapest point? You can't time stuff at its cheapest point. It's impossible to do so. Some stuff will go up. Some stuff on release will be inexpensive. All of a sudden it's playable. All of a sudden people show interest in it, and it goes up in price. But the vast majority of stuff will come down because it's not the new shiny thing. It's not what everyone's looking at. Do not look at the shiny thing. Let everyone else go over and, have their eyes glued on the new shiny set that's coming out, or the new chase card, or the thing that's double, triple, quadrupled. Don't look at it. I mean, you can look at it from afar with your sunglasses on. I don't have sunglasses nearby and do a little bit here. But check it out. Sword and Shield. You want to do some Sword and Shield? Check it out. Very hard to pull cards. And yes, we got, I know Conkeldurr's not popular. What is he? $2.70 there. Sandaconda, poor little guy, just trying to heat himself up next to the register there, next to the old I don't know what to say, guys. Like, just you go back. So what era do you want? The further you go back and the less people are looking at it, the better. Now, there is old stuff that pops off sometimes. People will realize, or people will all want to jump into the same thing. We saw that with some of the Sun and Moon, the alt arts. No one really cared about those. The rainbow version, rainbow variant, the hyper rare, rainbow rare, whatever you want to call it. That was the chase. Back when those sets came out, even in the late Sun and Moon, when they had alt arts, no one gave a crap about them. Now, we got some cheap boys here. When you can get the chase card, a chase card, for less than the price of what a pack is. Like, how much is a pack of Ultra Prism? You can get a Dawn Wings, a Necrozma for 16 boners. Buy one of those. Fill this out. And yes, some of the other stuff is a little bit more expensive, but you get the point. And if you want an even better deal, instead of going on TCG Player, go to the auctions. Check your Z&G auctions every week. Check your Fanatics auctions every week. If it's a graded card and you can get it less than a near mint one and you want it for a binder, do that. If you want a graded copy, check for a graded copy. Look up the price, bid like you don't care if you win, and you're going to get deals. As long as you bid on enough things. Same thing with the eBay. There are so many auctions going on that you can't even... The practicality, you'd have to treat it as a full-time job to see everything that's ending. Especially now with those PSA auctions that are going on. I don't even have time to look at those. But I'm sure there's deals there too. You get the point? Older stuff, auctions, buy collections, buy old collections, buy the stuff that no one's looking at, buy the stuff that no one cares about. Now, we have the main volley, and he's going to be in the video here a couple times. We have, remember when times like this are going to buy it from trusted sellers. So, Japanese. Japanese. It's starting to pop off again. Is anyone seeing the similarities? It's like Groundhog Day. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? This is the pandemic all over again. I just coughed. Maybe that's a sign as well. But we have more resealed Japanese. If you're buying your Japanese, make sure it's from somewhere reputable. For the love of God, somewhere reputable. I forgot to include the link tree. Check the link tree. Good spots to buy some stuff. Secure us for your Japanese booster boxes, especially if you're keeping them sealed, especially if you're paying in some method. There's Buy.e. Do not buy sealed do not buy sealed product. Sealed modern product on Buy from Yahoo Japan or Mercari. It's a bad idea. Don't do it. There's no buyer protection to save your butt. They're gonna check if you put the option for them to check. They're gonna check to make sure the item is correct. They're not gonna be able to tell if it's a resealed box or not. Keep in mind, you're not buying it from Buy. You're paying Buy to buy it for you and combine your packages, all that kind of stuff. So it's a good option. Card Trader, Card Market, TCG Player, Troll and Toad, all of that stuff. Keep it all in mind. There are times where it's better to buy from one spot or the other, and for that reason, go ahead and pick the best option, but don't go out into the sketchy zones to save a couple bucks and end up with this. The worst case scenario, if you're keeping that sealed, you keep that sealed for 20 years, it's worth $1 jillion, and voila. Guess what? No, it's not. It's bulk inside. Then there's a whole headache of it, like going to, someone else, and they're blaming you and you're blaming them. Just be careful, especially if you're keeping it sealed, especially if you have no way to get your money back. All right, we got a Lowland Falcon TCG with the hashtag Scalpers suck. Scalpers don't matter. I'm here to tell you that. I'm not going to play into like, oh, you're the victim in this, woe is you and the children and the players and all that shit. That's all bullshit. Just fucking wait. Get what you can and wait. You can outwait the scalpers if you're in it for the long term. If you're a true Pokemon fan, you're going to be around by the time this all blows over. I don't know how long that's going to take. It might take a while. Get what you can. Focus on some other stuff, older stuff, newer stuff, whatever it might be, but stay away from the stuff that is spike and buns. So he's saying that we got Prismatic orders canceled, and basically using that as a loan, but also selling it again as at 3x the price. So this is a huge issue with pre-orders in general, but all the stores do it because if they're not doing it, then they're going to miss out on the early sales, or they're going to miss out on the free loans, and then people are going to put their money into that. Different story in terms of pre-orders with like Pokemon Center. They don't take your money until they ship it. There's many sites, many of the big box stores and stuff like that do that. Not good. Not good. So you have it on the buyer end, where if something tanks, if something's priced high, but then it tanks or they don't want it anymore, they'll cancel their order. But then you also have the game stores that are like, hey, I sold this for $100 and now it's $300. I'm going to cancel my order. I'm going to cancel that order. Sorry, we don't have enough. And then they're going to relist it at more money. Whoop-de-doo. So I thought this was a little wild. We got Pokemon Giveaways who says Costco are preloading trolleys with Blooming Waters collection boxes for customers. That's pretty smart. That way we don't end up with all those videos where people are fighting over them and grabbing as many boxes as they can. That's another sign of the times. It was the pandemic of people fighting over boxes. I need to remind everyone, yes, if you just got into the hobby, you weren't around for it, but there was like a full year where 151 was just very available, and no one, well, not that no one wanted it. It was a popular set because it's Gen 1, and everyone's a Gen 1er, true Pokemon fan, Gen 1er, that kind of thing. Yeah, you had lots of chance to get that. Is there going to be more Blooming Waters? Probably. I think some are supposed to come out in February in other stores, Best Buy, whatever. Join the Discord, monitors. They'll tell you when they stock. Also, Costco, they're going to sell these online as well. So if you don't have any at your location, if a jillion people showed up to take these carts away and you didn't make it there, join local groups too. If you have a group, a local Costco group, they might mention when it's in stock or when it's coming in stock. Or if you're in a Pokemon group that's local, they might mention, hey, I was at Costco and look, they had Blooming Waters. Go get some there. Pick up your 10 boxes or whatever they allow you to take. Speaking of whatever they allow you to take, another sign, another warning sign, big old red flag. When they're limiting how much you can have, how much you can buy, that's a sign that you need to be careful. If you have a bunch of Blooming Waters, is there going to be more printed? Is there going to be more printed? Is it going to be worth less? Again, it's the hot potato kind of system here. We have $100 basically boxes. This is USD. It looks like the cheapest option's from Canada because Canada got more of them recently. in Costco. Everyone was like, "What the hell? I thought the release date. Did Costco break street date?" No, it's not the same. It's a product that's meant to be released at these liquidation type stores. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw them at Sam's Club. We're gonna see them at Best Buy. It wouldn't surprise me if they were at Walmart or other stuff. It's just a big product with a bunch of packs. It's the same as the Crown Zenith, like the really big products that they had. Pikachu boxes. And then I can't even remember the name of the other big product that was super very available if you were paying attention to the online stuff for Crown Zenith. I think that's starting to go up too. So surprise. So here we have Collectibles 88 posting the old Rob Sinchi, and yes, they're gonna the breakers are gonna break, and they're gonna be happy to take your $20, $25 for a pack of this stuff. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. You're wasting your money. Do you know how many chase cards you could buy for $20 from an older set that just no one's paying? I mean, the thing is, like, everyone's just eyes on the new thing, and they want the new thing. They want the new hit. They want the new, but someone's gonna pay for it. These are not going to stay $20 a pack. There's going to be a lot. And with it spiking as hard as it is, or as hard as it has, they're probably going to print even more. Here we have... oh my god, that's a lot of blooming waters. So apparently before there was a limit put on it, or maybe they bought them online. We have Pokedeals Nerd Danny, who says to whoever's pick this is, I hope your basement has a flood. It doesn't matter. If this person doesn't have the money to do this, and they sit on this stuff, like, more's coming out. The price is not going up. Don't buy this stuff on the secondary market. Don't do it. Don't you do it. All right. So in the case we need to look back, because of the recent surging sparks, kind of sparked it. Kind of pun intended. Kind of sparked off the whole ridiculous market that you should try to be very careful with. Be careful. If you do get some at MSRP and you have duplicates and you're wondering, hey, should I get rid of them? Probably. So again, there's an amount that's available at the moment. That amount is only going to increase. There's going to be more singles, more product, more sealed product. More people are going to open when it's available, when they get the chance to. So those are probably also going to come down. I mean, it's the same thing with any set, even during a regular market, a stable, normal kind of market. The singles on release, everyone's excited because it's a new set. This is just amplified. This is just multiplied by the absolute stupidness that's going on. We have $155 Vivid Voltage booster boxes. I don't remember exactly what the release date of Vivid Voltage was, but that was like... That kind of sparked everything off too. That kind of voltaged everything into the craziness that happened. Booster boxes, Elite Trainer boxes. It was all very, very hard to get on release. Everyone wanted it. It was too expensive. The game stores were charging more for it. Everyone was going to Walmart. Everyone was going to wherever else big box stores, buying it all out, selling it on the secondary market. It was the same shit. It's the same shit again. Now, if you're like, hey, should I spend $200 to $300 on a Surging Sparks booster box? And the answer is no. I don't give a fuck what your justification is for it. Unless that justification is, I have too much money and I need to get rid of it, you shouldn't be. There's going to be another wave. There's probably going to be another wave after that. Now, will it go all the way down to like $80 or whatever that Chilling Reign went to? Which is now popular. Again, stay away from the shiny thing. You're going to have a chance to get that stuff at a decent price. So, well, I think it was close to $300 for Vivid Voltage at one point in time. And now we have Surging Sparks kind of doing the same thing where it's $250 or whatever, $200 to $250 a box. And it's brand new. It's the newest set. It's the newest standard set. It's soon to be the second newest set, if you want to count Prismatic Evolutions, which is a specialty set. It's the newest booster box, and it's going to be the newest booster box for quite some time. Again, you just got to go to TCG Player. If you see something like this, be the hell careful. If your 1 month or your 3 months looks like this, that's just begging. That is just begging for a retrace. Be careful. Oh, I guess we got that twice. Now, oh, are we seeing this again? Is this a repeat of the McDonald's? Are we predicting the future here? We have McDonald's this month coming out with a Dragon Discovery. In the history of McDonald's Pokemon cards, they shouldn't be expensive. They shouldn't be hard to get. They shouldn't be desired. Now, prediction time, because this is just the same thing we saw in recent times at the pandemic, for anyone that wasn't there or for anyone that needs a reminder so they don't make stupid fucking purchasing decisions. 25th, McDonald's. We had people buying full cases. We had people screaming at each other because they bought too many Happy Meals. We had now it went away, and then the next set was no one really cared. Well, people still cared. People wanted to get the cards. Super inexpensive. The 25th anniversary, the Pikachu was like $50-$60 Canadian. What the fuck? Like, okay, not sustainable. If you can go to McDonald's, eat a Happy Meal, and in no scenario, no matter what you pull out of that pack, you pay for your Happy Meal, that is concerning. Now, we're going to have people scalping this stuff. We're going to have people buying full cases. We're going to have people saying, think of the kids, think of the community, only get one Happy Meal if you're an adult. Or just like anything like that. They will print more. They will get more. They got more. Go look at the 25th anniversary. There was a lot of different cards in the set, so there's a little bit of value associated with that. But it's nowhere near what it was. They eventually got more cards. They eventually put it out other places. Be careful with this. This is a disaster waiting to happen. This is like, it's probably planned way in advance. And we saw it come out in France or whatever. It usually comes out in France beforehand for some reason. But careful. It's going to be crazy. It's not going to make any sense. Get a Happy Meal if you can. If you can't, get the singles later if you actually care about that. I feel like not that many people are going to be actually collecting the McDonald's cards, but everyone's going to want them because that's the little thing that everyone's going to look at that point in time. Now, as true as it was with the pandemic, we had people with the old scams, the old order from me, Shopify, pumpy, dumpy, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they can get the money out and they can run off into the distance if you order it in advance long enough, if they wait you out long enough, and then you're going to have to do some chargebacks. So the answer is not to search around for the most sketchy looking temporary new Shopify site that ever existed with a price that's too good to be true. They're not going to send it to you. It turns out this individual is in a trailer park home, and they had, I can't remember how much it was. They had like 1,000 boxes listed or something like that. So just an impossible amount of inventory that even the biggest of game stores would not have. So yeah, they were just taking your $200 and gonna try to fuck off with it, I assume. Now, we had the Terrestrial Fest EX booster boxes for $40. Again, another too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And in this case, it was no different. Now, on TCG Player, you provide your email address, you provide your phone number, and a bunch of people that fell for this, so maybe the newer or more gullible part of the hobby, a very large portion of it, was it 1,000 people? I have no idea. They all sent their information to this. Well, you're going to have your address. You're going to have your phone. Whether or not this is a personal information scam where they were taking your information, now they have a list of people that are going to fall for other stuff and they scam you in some other way. I'm thinking that's probably what it was. What else we got? We got shop warning. So we had the main volley or the main cards LLC that we saw early in the video. He canceled some pre-orders. And again, this is you got to see it coming. As a shop, you can't be doing pre-orders before you have everything paid for, before you know everything, you confirm everything is coming. And even then, you just got to be super careful with that stuff. We saw it before. Yes, they like to get a step up when you're competing with other shops and you're trying to get the sales and you're trying to get those sales out, and maybe you don't have the money for that entire order and you're using it as a loan. Gets dangerous real quick. So yeah, that's what we're running into, and I'm surprised that I haven't seen more of it. I think there's been a few other posts where it was going on. We have the main volley here apologizing and saying that he's going to refund, or he's going to try to get people their boxes eventually. It's just a dumb scenario, dumb by them, and be careful who you're pre-ordering from, whether it's Japanese or whether it's anywhere else. Is guess the main point of the story. Now, we have Rudy made a video saying, warning, lots of new card games are coming. Oh god, another key component of the pandemic. We had all the card games popping up, the new card games. What did we have? We had like Digimon, we had MetaZoo. So MetaZoo died, and now it's coming back under new ownership. It died and basically scammed everyone in the process. The players that were supposed to be paid, the artists that were supposed to be paid, all of that stuff, they all got absolutely shafted in the buns. How much money did they make? How much the people behind the scenes, how much did they make? And was it intentionally supposed to kind of crash and implode on itself? A lot of money owed. A lot of people screwed over. Anyone that was holding any of that product, they got shafted pretty hard. So be careful with new card games. When Pokemon, I think the largest reason that these new card games found success the way that they did. And if you enjoy the cards, if you enjoy whatever it is, by all means do it. But if you're thinking that this is the next coming of Pokemon, it's not. It's the odds that something becomes Pokemon-esque or even a fraction of what Pokemon is or does is just non-existent. But you're going to have the people, and especially in the pandemic, everyone was like, oh, I missed out on first edition base Pokemon cards, and now it's $1 jillion, and Logan Paul's sticking it up his ass. And yeah, you did miss out. But you know why you missed out? Because there was a ton of risk at that point in time. Because no one wanted Pokemon in the early 2000s. It could have died. It could have died off. They could have stopped printing it. Stuck to just the games. They could have stopped doing the games too. People lose interest. There's no way to predict that. And the answer is not just to put to put a ton of money into all this other stuff. Your MetaZoo, Kickstarter, starter, first edition, whatever. Pretend Pokemon clone. There were Pokemon clones back then that did a much better job than MetaZoo did. And now there's the other MetaZoo, the cryptid crawlers or whatever the fuck it's called. Please be careful what you're putting your money into. Even if it's got IP behind it. Even if it's a One Piece seems to be doing all right, but there's no way to predict how long that's going to go. We had Dragon Ball was popping off. Is it still? Not really. Now they made a new game after the game because the game was too complicated, so they made a dumber version of the game. Something like that. Do not spend your money on Pokemon Pocket. Do not spend it on mobile games as a waste of money. Spend it on physical cards. And spend it on games that you enjoy. Stuff that you enjoy, that even if the price comes down, you don't really care because you just enjoy it. Or if you are relying on it retaining some sort of value, stick with the stuff that has a history of retaining value. The new game stuff is dangerous. Very dangerous. That's all I got on that. All right, what else we got here? We got another one. We got another, again, the casino that is Whatnot. They're going to try to sell you these products at a giant markup. They're going to do their best. They're going to get this shit backdoored. They're going to get it early. They're going to do whatever they got to do to sell you stuff at too much money. Now, it's usually not a good value to be buying from somebody that's going to rip open a pack for you. Open it yourself. Just open it yourself. It's going to be all right. You do not need it. And then you have this stupid fucking casino carnival shit on Whatnot. I had someone yesterday just ask me, like, hey, will Whatnot protect me if I make this purchase? And it was like a fake booster box for way too good to be true price. And I said, no, probably not. I wouldn't bank on it because they had Blake Martinez, the ex-NFL, now re-NFL player on their platform, the face of their platform, scammed the living hell out of everyone that was buying from his streams with rigged gambling that was proven on screen. In video. And they didn't refund everyone. They claimed that they refunded everyone. But they didn't. There was a form. People filled out the form. Not even everyone that filled out the form got refunded. So the people that didn't realize there was a form, the people that didn't hear about it, the people that left because they got scammed so bad that they lost a ton of money, they all got fucked. So stay the fuck away from Whatnot. I know I got to say that a lot, but it's important. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got scams are kind of on a high, scammy whammy stuff. Be careful who you're buying anything from. Be careful who and where you're shopping, who you're buying from. Just be extra careful. There's no reason to risk it for the biscuit. Do not overpay. Do not think that this is the only option. This stuff is not going to retain the value that it has when it's on release. I mean, it never does. But in this case, it's even worse. When stuff is $20+ a pack, there's like XY sets that aren't $20 a pack. That is not going to stay that way. Be careful out there. Join the Discord. Love you guys. Take care of each other. If you know anyone that's new, send them this video, or kind of point them in the right direction so that they aren't. I mean, the thing with the scalpers too is everyone's like, "Oh fuck, I hate the scalpers." A lot of these scalpers, a lot of these people that are reselling this stuff, they're gonna burn themselves if they sit on too much of the stuff. If they can't sell it off, if it's all on a credit card, they got a bunch of inventory when a giant restock hits. Like, they can absolutely shaft themselves and delete any gains that they made. So don't worry about that. Ignore that. If you're in it for the long haul, the players are going to be all right. The collectors are going to be all right. The collectors are going to last through this. You just need to point yourself. You can still do Pokemon. Just don't be buying Pokemon to keep on the secondary market. Don't hold the potato. Don't even try to touch the hot potato as little or not at all as possible. Lots of cool deals in the old vintage or semi-vintage or whatever you want to call it, mid-era. Get some of that. Do a little diving into some of that stuff. Wait out the storm, and Modern will be back. If that's your cup of tea, if you want to partake in that stuff, it'll be back. It'll be back to normal. Whatever people tell you, no matter how much people complain, no matter how much people say the kids are suffering, the players are suffering, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Stick around for the long term. It'll blow over. Bye.